Good morning from the Bay Bridge in San Francisco, California. We are up bright and early on this Saturday for a very good reason. Today, we're going to be walking all the way across San Francisco, hopefully ending at the Golden Gate Bridge in time for sunset. Now, this may not seem like a very hard challenge considering San Francisco is only about 7 miles wide, but we have some very special stops planned along the way, and we want to pack in as much as we possibly can today.
All right, it's 8:44 a.m., starting Strava, and we're off to the Ferry Building.
Our first stop of the day is the Ferry Building. Every Saturday, they have a giant farmer's market there with hundreds of vendors, sell everything from produce to coffee. There's a few established restaurants that are always in the building, and it's always fun to walk around and see what they have.
I want to get two things while we're here. I want to get some coffee because we haven't had any this morning, and then I want to get some kind of pastry option, like even an empanada, some kind of like bread, cheese, meat thing. Okay, I found an empanada. As you can see, I already tried it. It's really good. It's a Moroccan empanada, and it has pomegranate in it. And they also gave us these, which I don't know what they are, but I'll have to let Lindsay try them because I'm allergic to tree nuts, and I'm worried this will have something in there. All right, so it's 10 o'clock. We've been at it for 2 hours, and we've made it like 1,000 feet. So we've got to get a move on because we have a bunch more planned today.
Next up, Chinatown. San Francisco's Chinatown is great. It has tons of amazing shops, bakeries, and restaurants, and it's actually the largest Chinatown to exist outside of Asia. Today, we're picking up a snack at the Fortune Cookie Factory.
What do you have?
Fortune Cookie Flats. Thank you. Have to see what our fortunes will be. Chocolate or regular?
Ooh, I'll take a chocolate.
Okay. I will too. I don't know where I heard this from, but when I was a kid, I heard somewhere that you had to eat half of your fortune cookie before you read your fortune, or it wouldn't be true. So, gonna do that. I got, keep a balance between your goals and your gentle nature.
All right, let's see what we got. I didn't read it yet. This is advice that I actually need. Listen attentively, you will come out ahead. It'd be super easy to spend a whole day in Chinatown, but we don't have time for that today, so on to our next spot.
Okay, now we're headed to Salesforce Park. This is a 5.4 acre park connected to Salesforce Tower in the financial district. This park is actually elevated a few stories above the ground. It reminds me of the High Line in New York, and it's a really nice green space in the middle of the city.
Look at that. Ooh. We've been 4 miles, so we just finished in Salesforce Park. Now we're gonna head to the Mission District.
We're taking a little water break. I feel like this is a good time to talk about why we're walking across San Francisco in the first place. We can't reveal everything right now, but we have a very exciting announcement coming up in the next few months that's going to take us away from San Francisco. We've been living here the past 2 years and have really loved it, really enjoyed it, but we have something on the horizon that's going to take us out of the city, and we want to have kind of one last hurrah, visit all of our favorite spots, and soak it all in before we leave. So stay tuned for exciting things coming up.
All right, back to the walk. is 12:40, and including our water break, it took us an hour and 1 minute to get here. And quick Strava update, we've done 6.75 miles at a 34-minute pace, which includes obviously stopping and everything. So we'll probably end up doing another 6.5 miles today, so we're about halfway done.
We stopped in the Mission District for lunch today. The Mission is the historically Hispanic part of the city, and you can find lots of great Mexican food, Latin food. It's also a super walkable part of the city. There's tons of bars, shops nearby. It's really easy to just walk around and find something cool. For lunch, we stopped at La Cumbre, which is one of the 2 restaurants in San Francisco that claims to have invented the Mission-style burrito.
So the Mission-style burrito was invented in 1969 for workers that needed a more substantial lunch. So they basically just added rice and beans and other stuff to burritos that wasn't normally present. And they caught on because they're really good. Lunch was so good, but now we're leaving the Mission. We're off to our next spot. Super excited for this one.
We just passed through the Castro, which is the heart of LGBT life in San Francisco. Now on to Buena Vista. The downside about the Castro, though, it's very hilly. We made it.
We made it.
Woo.
This is the top of Buena Vista Park. It's one of the best lookouts in the city, and yeah, this is it.
We're gonna go sit in the shade. Now we are going to Haight and Ashbury to recaffeinate.
All right, it's time for a Strava check-in. It's 3:08 right now. We're probably about halfway to Haight and Ashbury from Buena Vista Park. We have been going for 6.5 hours, 40-minute pace, 9.6 miles so far. And this is what the map looks like.
We are sufficiently caffeinated. On to the next. We're here at Amoeba Music. I love this place. For years and years, I've been watching those Amoeba What's in My Bag videos. I love them so much. So I think it's so fun and so cool to walk around. I don't have a record player, but it's still fun.
Okay, quick Strava update. We've gone 10.94 miles in 7 hours and 48 minutes, and we have about 3.5 hours to make it to the Golden Gate Bridge before sunset. Golden Gate Park, and specifically JFK Promenade, is just one of my favorite parts of San Francisco. So for reference, Golden Gate Park is like San Francisco's Central Park, like in New York City, but it's even bigger than Central Park. It has bison, volleyball courts, a huge road that they closed down only for pedestrians, amazing museums, a bicycle racetrack, old windmills, goes all the way to the Pacific Ocean. It is just incredible. One of the best parts of San Francisco. For dinner, we're headed to this Chinese family restaurant called Tung, and they have the best chicken wings I've had in my entire life. So I had to have them at least one more time before we leave San Francisco.
We're on the list. It looks pretty crowded inside, but it'll be worth it. We're number 22.
Okay, so it's 6 o'clock now. We've been waiting about 40 minutes. I started the timer a little late. So it's looking like time's gonna be really close. I think the earliest we're getting out of here is 7. We're 3.7 miles from where we want to see the sunset at 8:15-ish. So we might be jogging, and there's a lot of elevation change. Wish us luck. For reference, Lindsey doesn't even like chicken wings, and she's excited about these. Every table, when you look around, every single table has chicken wings on the table. 7:05, we just finished, and here's what Google Maps says. So it thinks we're gonna get there at 8:30, which would be 15 minutes too late, so we gotta go fast. Okay, it's 7:35, and it says we'll get there at 8:19 now, which is after sunset, and we can't see the sun anymore. But if we push hard, I think we'll be able to make it. We're like out of time, but I could not get that shot.
Are we gonna make it?